Hello YouTube friends, welcome to my channel, Living Life with Mama. I'm Mama. In today's video, I will be closing out April month. So let's go ahead and get started and see how the month went. Alright, my renter's insurance went through. That came to $37.47. My Spire bill went through and that was $47.41. My Evergy bill went through and that was $85.20. My phone bill went through of $106. My paycheck for this payday was $908.56. My car insurance went through and that was $145.33. My life insurance went through and that was $62.28. My internet bill went through and that was $55.31. My daughter's life insurance went through and that was $22.01. Rent I did pay for that was $950. Real quick, I'm going to write this down here, even though I haven't done this payday budget, but I'm going to go ahead and write it down since I'm already in my bank. I got paid a little bit more. I still don't understand why, but it is what it is. It actually made me look into my paycheck and I learned that I wasn't getting any taxes taken out, so that's lovely. Alright, so I believe I've done everything on here that needs to be on here. Now I'm going to go ahead and close out my monthly expenses tracker. This is more just to be able to see everything at a glance to where I don't have to flip back and forth between the pages. So this is for April. My first paycheck, $539.57. And other income was $460. Child support. First payment was $369.20. Second child support was $230.80. Paycheck 2 is $908.56. I'm going to go ahead and add this up real quick to see what my grand total was. So my grand total was $2,508.15. I did pay rent, which was $950. Daughter's life insurance $22.01. My car insurance $145.33. My life insurance $62.28. Internet $55.31. Cell phone was $106. Spire $47.41. Evergy was $85.20 and renters was $33.74. Okay, so I didn't have any regular bills on this one. On child support, I paid Capital One, which I paid $50 for that. And then I paid 2 payments of care credit, one of $33.11 and one of $50. I did not have any unexpected charges. None of my bills went up. I didn't have any card swipes, so we're good on that. Now we're going to go over these. Now, even though you're not going to see my games until next week, I've already recorded and played the games because technically they are April games, even though I'm posting them in May. That's how far behind I am. So bulk items, I do have $2, so I did gain $1. My coffee, I started the month off with $101. I now have $110, $11, $12, $13. $113. So I gained $12. So that's pretty cool. Emergency funds, I'm going to skip because I have Capital One. The student loans, I'm also going to skip because I have Capital One. Furniture, I started the month off with $2, and I have now $1, 2, 3, 4, and $5. So I gained $3. Holiday decor, I started with $3 and I still have $3, so I gained 0. House decor, I started with $3. I have $1, 2, 3, $4, so I gained $1. House funds, that is also a Capital One folder, so I'm not going to touch that just yet. I took out household because I don't really build up over time. Maybe whenever I'm in a better situation I can, but when I get a long list of household items that I need, I just take a big chunk out of my paycheck, or I use the $60 that I take out of my child support every month if I'm not able to do it in my paycheck. So I've learned that I don't really build this up. It ends up not being able to get built up, I guess. So kitchen items, I started with 12. I definitely bulked that up this time. I am really wanting a KitchenAid mixer, kind of a more bigger one, because I like to make bulk type recipes. I don't want to have to only be able to do like 1 or 2 recipes at a time when I do cookies or cakes or whatever the case may be. I'm trying really hard to not just go and put it on a card, that I'm going to save up the money for it. So at the beginning of the month, I started off with $2. I now have $10, $15, $16, $17, $18. That is amazing. I gained $16. That's actually pretty cool. When the day comes of being able to buy the KitchenAid mixer that I want with cash that I've saved, I think I'm going to love the KitchenAid mixer way better than what I would have if I had just put it on the credit card. Meat funds is a Capital One, so I'm skipping that. Month ahead, I'm going to skip that. So the month ahead is attached to a Capital One credit card that I accidentally opened as a credit card, or not a credit, a debit card. So I put money in it and I can swipe it just like a bank card. I made the mistake of doing that because now I'm swiping that instead of my credit card, and this is not where it's supposed to be at now. The money that I had left over from buying my camera, actually I put into this account to try to bulk this back up. I think I'm going to switch my debit card to something else and put month ahead as a savings account to where I can't touch it, because I haven't touched anything else. It's just like one of those things, like today I had a doctor's appointment about my ankle because I got hurt at work and I was starving, and we don't really have breakfast stuff here because my daughter eats breakfast at school and I usually grab something at school too. They have what's called the share bin. They usually have fruit and chocolate milk, stuff like that in the share bin. And I usually will grab that, or I'll have snack at like 10 o'clock with the boys, stuff like that. So breakfast isn't usually a really big deal at our house. On the weekends, we usually have cereal or sausage or whatever. And I was just so hungry. I need something to eat. And so I had a moment of weakness, but I didn't charge it. So it is what it is. Anyways, so I'm going to skip those 2 things. I'm also going to skip the property tax, because again, all of those are Capital One, and I'm going to go back to it later. Budget funding. So I purchased a few things for my budgeting stuff. One, you can't see it, but on my wall right here is a new calendar. And I bought these magnetics, and it came with numbers also. So I'm not having to rewrite things over and over again. And then I got some of these sheets. They're magnetic and then sticky, so I can make my own magnets. And this is how I'm going to try to keep up with my YouTube channel, that when I sit down and I look at my calendar, it's right here in front of me. I know what I need to do for that day when it comes to YouTube, or to show me if I'm behind or not. So that's what I purchased. I took my Amazon money and my budget money and got that. And then I got one more thing. I got this. It actually, you punch it out and it makes you a tab for you out of paper. So the tabs that you see on my budget binder are right now sticky notes, and I want to make more professional looking tabs. This also is going to help towards if I ever one day make my own budget binders, that I can make them myself to some extent. I ended up adding a good amount of money to Amazon during the month, but since I've already pulled it out, that's not going to reflect here. In the budget funding, I have $1. This is actually from the game I was at 0. So I'm going to put -10 because that's how it affects right there. And then for Amazon, I started the month out with 3. I now have 1. Again, that doesn't correctly reflect that, but it is what it is. All right, my birthday dinner, I started at the beginning of the month of $2, and I still have $2, so I didn't gain any money in that. Books, I started the month off with 3, and now I have 4, so I gained an extra $1. My car, this is something that I'm probably going to start bulking up a little bit more. I started the month off at 6, and now I have 7. Car maintenance, I need to bulk up really bad. My goal is to save up $2,000. I need about $1,200 to do what is wrong right now. I started the month off with car maintenance at 6. I now have $10, so I gained 4. I want to be able to do regular maintenance, like switching out the filters. I also think that by the time I get what's wrong with my car, I'm going to have a oil change, and so I want to be able to prepare for that so I can do all of it at once. So my ultimate goal is to save $2,000. Car tags, I started with 3. I think I'm going to skip that one because I believe car tags I also have in Capital One, so I'm going to skip that for right now. Classroom, I started off with 3, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, so I gained $1. My clothes and shoes, I started off with $2, and I still have $2. Date night, I started off the month with 3. I probably had taken that for something. I now have 0, so I spent $3. I may have put some money in there and then just spent it all. I'm not 100% for sure. Debit credit cards, this is the one where I put $50 towards my Capital One credit card and then put 50 in here. So this one is going to be bulked up pretty good. Not fast, but every month I plan on putting $50 in here. So 50, 100, 10, 20, 21, 22. So 122. And I gained $51 for the month, which is awesome. Okay, school donations, I started off with $1 and I have $1. Graduation, I am going to skip because it has Capital Ones. When I go to close out May, this will actually be gone because Mother's Day is right around the corner. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and 101. So I gained $1, and that $1 is actually for next year. So that's pretty cool for Mother's Day for next year. I already have like something saved. That doesn't normally happen. All right, new phone for the month. I started off with 5, and now I have 5, 6, 7, 8. So I gained 3. No work funds, I am going to skip because it's a Capital One. Retirement, I'm going to skip. I believe I have a Capital One. Teacher assistant, I'm going to skip. And test results, I am going to skip because all of those have Capital One. This is definitely going to be spent tomorrow for her party. For her party, instead of like candy and toys and everything, because they're 13, they're goodie bags. is a popcorn bucket with their favorite things in there. So every person that she had planned on inviting to her birthday party, she asked them, what is your favorite drink? What is your favorite movie candy? What is your favorite chips? And what is your favorite pizza? And every single bucket gets a drink, chips, popcorn, movie candy, some stickers that goes to the theme, some extra stickers, like just fun stickers that we had, some bubble gum, and then she wanted to do light up bracelets and a light up necklace, and then she also wanted boys versus girls silly string fight, so each of them gets 2 cans. That is what is in their bucket, and it's all personalized to them in some form. So this is what's left over of spending towards the birthday. This is specifically for her. So she got a few things that she gets in her own popcorn bucket, but for her drink, because she doesn't like soda, she wanted boba. We have to get her pizza somewhere else. This is actually a little expensive, but gluten-free and dairy-free, it tends to be expensive. But we have to get a gluten-free and dairy-free pizza, and they don't really have frozen that she likes that is gluten-free and dairy-free. But the place that we go to, she loves it, and it's perfect for her. And then Cold Stone has dairy-free ice cream, and she actually makes her own personalized dairy-free milkshake that has dairy-free ice cream, silk milk, and then it has chocolate syrup that doesn't have dairy in it, and peanut butter. She makes her own personal gluten-free and dairy-free Reese's peanut butter cup milkshakes. So that is what this is for, and then this is actually for her to go shopping for herself. So last year was the first year. I asked her, I was like, okay, do you want me to go get you presents, or do you want me to put money to the side that I would typically spend on you for your birthday? And instead of me buying the presents, we go actually shopping and make a day of it, and you get to pick your own presents. Like, you get to spend this with parent approval pretty much of what you want. And she went on a shopping spree. That was her birthday. Well, she had asked for that again, but this time it's only $100. Last year, she didn't even get a birthday party. That was the compromise, that she got a friend that came with us to the dinner and to go shopping. She did not have a birthday party. This year, she's getting a birthday party. We are going out to eat, but only with my best friend and her husband. He's also my best friend. You know, they're both close to me, but I don't know. When I say my best friends, like, I don't know, I feel like I have to explain myself, but they are also my daughter's godparents. And so it's just going to be the 4 of us. Last year, we had a friend come with us to dinner, and now they're not even friends anymore. And every single picture that I have of her birthday dinner, the friend is smacked at it in the front of the picture. We don't have any of her birthday pictures without this friend being in them. And so I'm like, no friends to the birthday dinner. None. We can have, you know, friends for your birthday party, all of that, but not the birthday dinner. I'm not doing that again. And then she gets a birthday party. But of course, I still am going to buy her presents. So she had asked if she can just buy the things herself. She's wanting to redo her bedroom and get a few things strictly for her bedroom, and she's very particular about it. So that is why we're doing that. So this 50 is going to be gone by tomorrow, and then whatever's left over will probably go back into her wallet for next year. And then this is obviously going to be spent. It's a little bit more than 100 because I told her that after we buy everything for the party, the decorations, the goodie bags, the food, the drinks, whatever she wanted for the party, the movie, all of that, whatever was left over, she was going to be able to add to her money. Obviously, we still need this for the things that she wants tomorrow. So it is a little over 100. So we have 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, and 105. So we actually have 155 is what we're ending with the month. I probably can do this in my brain, but I'm just going to make it easier on myself. So we so far spent 255 on this party, which I don't think is bad. 4th of July, I will not have my daughter this year for 4th of July. She goes to her grandparents every other 4th of July, and I had her last year, so I really am not worried about that I don't have a whole lot of money. I did start off the month with $2. I now have $3, so I gained $1. Okay, Amazon, I started with $2 and I have $4, so I gained $4. I gained $2. Okay, so this is kind of taking a long time, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking and just get this done so that I can fast forward the video because it's getting long. All right, there you have it. That is my close out video of April. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel out and be able to get more videos out for you and to be able to reach more people. Also, when you subscribe, you will be notified the next time I post a video. Well, as always, you have a great rest of the week. Bye.